going to get started. So here's the template you're going to print out. It's going to come on 4 pieces of paper, and you are just going to piece those together. There is a little overlappage, I'll tell you that right now, and then just tape them together and cut it out. You're going to trace this on plywood. You can do this for a door hanger. I had some scrap pieces of 1x4s, so I just cut them and down to about 24 inches and then just braced them together with these scrap pieces of wood. You can screw them, or I have a nail gun. I just nailed them together. And then I laid this down, traced it. I made mine just a little bit smaller, but it's okay. Then I cut it out with a jigsaw, painted the whole thing black, let it dry, and then I just dry brushed some white on there with a chip brush. Of course, you can see I left some of the black. So there's that. You'll notice on the template that it's curved on the bottom for if you want to use it on for a door hanger. I am going to use mine just to sit on the ground or the fireplace. I haven't decided yet. So I just made my edging down here just flush straight. Alright, so here we have it. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to, since my white's dry, I'm going to take a sanding block and I'm just going to go around and hit these edges. What that's going to do, since I have that black underneath, it's going to expose some of the black and just give this nice distressed dark edging around the edges, which is what I want. If you don't like the distressed look, then by all means, paint it completely solid. I'm just going to wipe off some of my dust here. Okay, now, if you have some carbon paper, this is great for the using the template. I do not have carbon paper. I'm just a freehander. I'm just a happy-go-lucky, let's just do this thing. But what I've done is you can use the old method of leaf rubbing. Take a pencil, rub it all over this on the back of your printable template. Just like so. Flip it over and get it about where you want it. And then just go back over it. We're kind of going back to kindergarten with our leaf rubbing skills. Did you not think that was just the coolest thing back then? I know I did. I loved it. If you're a happy-go-lucky freehander person like me, by all means do that. Okay. So what I did for down here, I just cut out a little piece of scrap plywood and I'm just going to paint Boo on there. Let me make sure this right here and right there. Again, this would work so much better if you have carbon paper. But that would mean that I'm an organized person. I'm not. Ever. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and paint these in black. Got some black paint over here. Now, if you're going to put this outside, you will, if you're not using exterior paint, be sure to use some kind of sealer on this to protect your paint. I am a big fan of Rust-Oleum. Now this is where, okay, I got it. I was going to say, I think that was going to mess me up where that plank wood is, where it's uneven, but I think it'll be okay. I like how these eyes are a little crooked and cattywampus. I use that word a lot. I don't know if it's a word. It's probably not in the dictionary. It's just a Debbie-ism. Okay. Here we go. I may have to straighten this one out just a little bit. I think I got... Alright, good enough. Let me set that over there. Okay, I'm not going to do my mouth yet because I'm wanting to do just a little bit of like faded pink cheekies out here. And I'm going to use one of these little dauber dot sponges. I'm going to cheat a little bit. I'm going to get a little pink on here. And then I've got a paper towel over here. I'm going to knock off or press off as much as I can. Now I'm going to go out here where the edges of this is and just start dabbing. When I see there I knocked off too much, I'm just going to lightly, I don't want a solid pink circle. I just want, it's like he's got little blushy cheeks. So that's why I'm ever so lightly with very, very little paint going over this. So hopefully you can see that. And I forgot to get water. Awesome. It's all good because this is going to be a super quick paint. Now, I'm going to I think this is probably a little number 8 round brush. And they're so well messed up. Hold on. Hold on. I should have dried that. There we go. I'm going to try not to get my hand in there. Just follow along. Notice that I am resting the palm of my hand on my surface. Hopefully my head's not in the camera view. Just to help give me some stability. I'm going to go back over that. You could use a paint pen for this part right here if you're more comfortable with that. I'm just more used to a paintbrush. Paint pens, what I would suggest, and I'll try to link them below in the comments or in the video description, is the Posca pens. I think that's what they're called. I'll try to, those are the best paint pens that I have found. I'm going to make it a little bit deeper. And this crease, because it's uneven, it's getting on my nerves. Now, I'll add these. Don't have to, but I'm going to. Okay, I'm going to hop off here real quick, give this a real quick dry, and we'll come back and add little highlights in its eye. Alright, I got my eyeballs dry. Now, what I'm going to do is, I'm just going to use the bottom. But you can use an eraser on a pencil or just anything to make some little, simple little dots up here. Just to add a little twinkle. Nothing too difficult. Let me move that out of the way. And my little plaque, all I've done is painted black and sanded it up and distressed it. Now this is what I was talking about. A Posca, I think that's how you pronounce it, Posca. I will have a link to these in my video description. These are, especially the white ones, white paint pens are hard to find. But these cover so good. Especially on this black. I'm going to thicken this one up just a little bit. I think if you ever try these pens, you'll love them. Okay, I think I'm gonna to just do a little dot there. A little dot there. A little dot there. Okay. Now, this I will put it kind of catty corner like that. Okay, I'm going to use 2 different glues. I'm going to use some Gorilla Glue, which will be, keep it, it's exterior safe is what I need to say, okay? And then I'm also going to use just some regular old household glue because it is going to help it adhere immediately. I'm going to stick that right there, and I like to give it a little shimmy shake to spread that glue out. And that, like do not inhale. But the super glue helps it adhere just like that, so you don't have to sit there and put a book on it or hold on to it forever. And I can't find my lid. Okay, so now, there, it's all ready. Okay, let me set him over here to the side. I'm going to fix a bow. I keep calling it a hem. I'm actually going to put a bow on it. So, it might not be. Or probably, there's that little lid I was looking for. Let me get it. Okay. I'm going to use burlap since this is going to go outside. I'm going to have it outside. I'm going to use some burlap, and I got a little piece of jute and some raffia here. What I'm going to do here first is I'm going to dovetail these. I'm going to put these together, fold it in half, and make cute. What I'm doing is I might help if I tell you, make a cute little bow that I will staple to his head. He'll have a headache later, or she. All right, now you see I've just crisscrossed these, made an X. Now I'm going to take this center and just gather it up in the middle. Like so. I'm going to take this little piece and tie it really tight in the back. I'm going to double knot that sucker. Okay, and then I'm going to take, I just grabbed some. I think I may have like 3 pieces of raffia here. I'm going to try to get them even. I'm going to take around and just tie in the front. Just add some texture and some whimsy. I'm going to cut it off and spread it out. Actually, I have some left over. I'm going to add a little bit more. I just think it's cute. Add a little bit more in that. Make it a little bit fuller. Now, attaching the bow, you can do it a couple of different ways. I'm just going to use my stapler and staple it. Or if you want to drill a hole in it and tie it on, you can do that as well. Now from here, just manhandle that stuff and tell it where you want it to go. Okay, now this back here, I'm going to give it one quick tie. And then I am going to cut this excess string off. Let me move him back over here. We're going to put this right up here. And I'm going to try to go back here in the back. You're probably not going to be able to see this, and I'm sorry. But I'm going to try to go underneath. Well, oh, it might help if I turned it on. Ha! I'm used to my manual one. That one will probably hold it, but there we go. spread that out, and that's it. Oh, she's so cute. That's it. Isn't she stinking adorable? You can make a guy or a girl, but it's just so much cuter with a bow, right? Thank y'all so much for joining me. I so super appreciate it. And the template and I will have linked in the video description below. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask me or email me at info@paintandwood.com. And if you make one, please, 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 I ask you to tag us on social media, DLP Designs, and because I love to see what you guys create. And everybody has a different spin and a take on things, and I love seeing your ideas. Thanks again for joining me, y'all.